Be true to yourself and to others. Steady and kind to your sister and brother.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Behold Radio by Excite All Stars. I'm your host, Katelyn Martin, and today we are here with Nayah Thomas, and she has been with Excite for around 7 years. Wow, tell me about that. How did you feel being a camper compared to being a coach at Excite?
It was very different. It is very different than being a coach than a camper. Our whole process of going from coach to camper is so different from how it is now. Like, y'all have the lit program, y'all have different resources. We did pick up in the afternoons, and volunteered with the kids during the day. So it was kind of just volunteering to be that leader role, and then seeing how we all came into it. So it was very different. I had my fun as a camper. Don't get me wrong. I loved being a camper, but I'm having even more fun being a coach and being the source of fun for the kids. So it's different in many ways, but I love it.
So, your class of 2020, so you're
Yes.
about to graduate. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? What is your major in college, and how did you get into that?
Okay, so the ultimate goal is actually law school, but I am a psychology major with a focus in child psychology. I'm actually attending LSU in the fall. So they have this awesome program where it's called the 3 and 3. So I can do 3 years for my law school, and then I have 3 years for my undergrad. So they take a year off in that too. So technically I'm a double major. And in that way, I'll be able to, get my child psych degree. I'd be able to do all these things and then still graduate with a law degree and be able to go straight into a law firm. So I think that's a really great resource. Plus, it's in the capital, so I'll have wonderful internships. And I actually came to that decision because of the work that I do with the kids at Excite and with my own personal family matters that has happened over the years. I've seen just how the legal system works with, families and with kids, and especially minority children, and how the system's not always fair. So just working with those families, and especially with the kids. So with my child psych degree, I can mentally understand and get to understand them on a mental level and understand what's going through their head, the gears and everything that are turning. And with the families, I can effectively relate that message to the families. Look, I think this is going on. Maybe we should go this route. This would be best for the child. This would be better for your family dynamic as a whole. So doing that, I think you have two superpowers right there. You have, okay, I understand mentally what's going through my client's head, and then I can effectively make the best decision or guide them through whatever I need to do. And then even just if I do end up in the court system, doing legislative work or doing something like a nonprofit to help these juveniles, minority kids, then that'll help me tremendously, So I think it's just, superpower that I'll gain and be able to help out a lot of people in that way.
So, what is an example of a situation in your life where you had to overcome a huge struggle that you faced? How did you go through that mentally?
So I used to be very, very shy when I was younger, incredibly shy. And the crazy thing is when in my younger years, I wasn't. And then just middle school, coming around other people, it was kind of like a new box. If it was a new place, different people, it's just kind of I'm gonna just stay in my little box. I'm gonna stay reserved. And even Miss Penny and Coach Gerald and everyone who was excited at that time could say, they'd be like, Nayah was so quiet when she came through. She didn't really do anything. She liked to talk to the little girls that were in her group, but that was about it. It was just hard to get out of that shell and to go out to people that I was just meeting. I'm not like that anymore. Trust me, I'm very outgoing now. But at the time, I had all these hidden talents that I didn't want to express to anybody. I didn't want to do things in front of people. Like even in front of family, my mom would be like, sing a song in front of your auntie. And I'd be like, no, I'm good. So that was a really hard thing to overcome, just breaking out of that shell and being able to do things that I never thought I would do in front of people. Like I never thought I would sing in front of a crowd of 1,000 people at like a multicultural festival singing in Spanish. Never thought I would do that. I never thought I'd be doing dances and all these different things and becoming head of student government at multiple schools or different things like that. So it was just a really transformative moment for me, especially as I'm older and seeing how being outgoing can help me, especially being a Black woman in society. It really helps just getting your name out there and doing different things, bringing up your name to different people just so that they remember who you are. It's how I've gotten several internships and how I've met a lot of amazing people in the law field, just being able to say, hi, I'm Nayah Thomas. How are you doing? You know, so I think that was a major thing that I had to overcome. And I'm so happy I broke out of it because I don't know where I would be if I wasn't, out of that mindset.
So, if you could go back and do it all over again, what is something that you would change about your high school career? Like maybe there's some things you know now that you didn't know in the past.
Okay, so I would definitely not procrastinate as much as I did back then. And I would also put my pride aside and ask for help because I came in to high school as an eighth grader because, all the Catholic schools are starting off at eighth grade now. So being in that mindset, I'm like, okay, eighth grade was easy. Freshman year will be easy too. I'm already acclimated to the high school scene, getting the classes, all this stuff. And boy, was I wrong because in ninth grade, I was taking 10th grade classes. So me asking for help, I was like, oh, my pride, I can't. Oh my goodness. So I just never wanted to ask for help. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like struggle through this math course and try and teach myself the subject, which did not work. 10th grade year, I definitely got myself a tutor because I realized I was like, something's not right here. So I started getting tutors and I started doing what I needed to do and actually trying to get things in on time and not procrastinate. So I think that's really what I would do differently. But otherwise, I think I'd keep everything the same.
Okay. So I know college is only going to be around 6 more years, 7 more years. So what is something that you're most excited about in the future?
I'm mostly excited about just the overall college experience, meeting different people, diverse backgrounds, different states, different countries. I'm really excited about that because I like to say I not necessarily sacrificed, but I decided that getting a really good foundation, getting that rigid education for my high school years, so the past 5 years of my life, I thought that was really important just so I can go into school and know how to properly write an essay, know how to properly do a works cited page, different PowerPoints, team presentations. I thought that was very important to have those basics because not everyone has, the resources to get that, have the technology that I need. So the years that I spent, grinding with my education just to get a foundation, a really, strong foundation for that. I feel like other alums have come back and they're like, college was easy for me. It was a breeze because we had teachers that were constantly on us, that taught us the basics, that taught us what to do. They're like, people would struggle trying to write a paper and we'd sit there and just be like, oh, here's my paper, I'm done. So it's really just me actually wanting to experience now just because I have that solid foundation. I feel like I'll be fine. So, I want to go abroad and study in Spain and Madrid and even Greece for a little bit just to study international law through some of their exchange programs and be able to just experience other cultures really and build those lifelong friendships that they say you're going to make in college. So I really think that's what I'm looking forward to, but also keeping education is my main reason as to why I'm there. So I think that is really what I'm looking forward to in my future.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. I really appreciated all of your answers. They were amazing. And I really feel like you're gonna make it far. So if please, if if I have a problem, please, I'm gonna holler. I'm gonna holler at you. So, this has been Behold Radio by Excite All Stars. Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Bye.